This morning, I went to community caring down at the health centre. It caters for all sorts. Steve, who runs it, is dead against what he calls the ghetto approach. What he's after is a nice mix of personality difficulties as being the most fruitful exercise in problem solving and a more realistic model of society generally. There's a constant flow of coffee oiling the wheels, as Steve calls it, and we're all encouraged to ventilate our problems and generally let our hair down. I sometimes feel a bit out of it, as I've never had any particular problems. So this time, when Steve says, "Now, chaps and chapesses, who's going to get the ball rolling?" I get in quick and tell them about Mother and Mr. Turnbull. When I'd finished, Steve says, "Thank you, Graham, for sharing your problem with us. Now, who's going to kick it around?" First off the mark is Leonard, who wonders whether Graham has sufficiently appreciated that old people can fall in love and have meaningful relationships generally. The same as young people. I suppose this is understandable coming from Leonard because he's 65. Only he doesn't have meaningful relationships. He's been had up for exposing himself outside Sainsbury's doorway. As Mother said, "Tesco, you could understand it." Then Janice chips in. Had they been having sexual intercourse? I said I didn't want to think about it. Steve says, "Why?" I said I didn't know why. So he said, well, maybe what we should be talking about is why Graham's been so defensive about sexual intercourse. I said, "Steve, I'm not being defensive about sexual intercourse. She's my mother." Jackie, who's 9 parts lesbian, said, "Graham, she's also a woman." I couldn't believe this. I said, "Jackie, you're an ex-battered wife. I thought you didn't approve of marriage." She said, "Graham, I approve of caring marriage." I said, "Oh, Jackie, this is not a caring marriage." She said, "Graham, what's Tenerife? That's caring. All I got was a black eye and a day trip to Fleetwood." Then they all have a go. Get Graham. Steve summed up. The general feeling of the group is that Graham could be more open. I said, "Steve, how can I be more open? There's somebody outside the house watching." I wanted to discuss this, only Leonard leapt in and said he felt the need to talk about an episode outside British Home Stores. I stuck it a bit longer, and then I came home.